Good morning, the family of Impact Africa International Churches. May the Lord bless you abundantly. This morning, I just want to share briefly with you a scripture in the book of Jeremiah, chapter 1, verse 5. He said, "Before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee. And before thou camest forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee, and I ordained thee a prophet unto the nations." Now, this is King James Study Bible. In the Good News Bible Catholic Study Edition, it says, "I chose you before I gave you life. And before you were born, I selected you to be a prophet to the nations." Now, before I go in, I need to tell you something. The challenges of a generation will never be greater than the ideas and solutions within the people born into that generation. Otherwise, God has set up a generation to fail. And God does not set up a generation to fail. Now, you all are chosen for a purpose. But whatever purpose God have chosen you for, let me quickly say this. Sometimes when God chooses you, you go ahead and choose some other people whom you feel or think that God has also chosen because they look somewhat like you. And that begins our problem. Let me share this story with you. There was an eagle going for a great mission. And the mission was very profitable. In the middle of the night, while the eagle was flying, it was raining very heavily, raining profusively. The eagle was able to see far as it is created. So it came down as he saw a tent somewhere around the bush and went in to stay there so that the rain would stop, because it was in the middle of the night and he was going a distant place for his project. While the eagle was shaking his feathers to remove the rain that has drained it, his feathers touched other feathers that was shaking. When he shakes, those other feathers shakes also. He concluded in his mind that, oh, there are other eagles that have landed to come and have a cover under the tent because of the rain. And it was pitch dark, even though the eagle was able to see far, but this was pitch dark. He concluded that they were eagles. He began sharing with them, the distance I'm going and the project I'm going for is very profitable. Join me. Join hands with me so that we'll go and conquer it. And they asked him, how do we manage to go there? We fly because we are all eagles. We're only going to pass through the jungle, pass through the wilderness, and pass through the sea. And one asked him, how do we get our food? It's easy. Because we are eagles. While passing through the jungles, there are the rats. There are these small animals that jump around. We see it from far. And we just come down and carry it up. While passing through the desert, the wilderness, we see some of the snakes. We come down and carry it. passing through the seas, we see the fish because we are fish eagle. We come down and carry. The other one said, okay, that's fine. Until the morning. While he was sleeping, somebody appeared in the dream and asked him, why do you seek for the living amongst the dead? He couldn't understand it. He looked at the person in the dream. He asked him again, why do you seek for the living amongst the dead? He didn't understand it. He continued sleeping. When he woke up in the morning, it was daylight. And he looked and saw an owl. An owl does not see in the day, but he sees in the night. He asked the owl, what are you doing here in this very tent? He said, but I've been here with you all through the night. He said, how can you be? He said, no, I was here with you all through the night. No, it was the eagles. He said, no, there was no eagles. Come on, you don't have to be here. You are blind, so you can't see in the day. He said, but I was discussing with you on your project, amongst others, the project you were sharing with us. He said, where did the rest of the eagles go to? He said, oh, you mean the other two? He said, those eagles, he said, they were not eagles. Who were they? He said, the chicken and the duck. What? The chicken and the duck? We are here. So the three of you, the owl, the chicken and the duck. Oh no. Is it why I was told, why do you seek for the living amongst the dead? Because the chicken cannot fly. Neither the dog can fly a distant place. He realized, not because they have wings and you think they all can fly. Because sometimes when God chooses you, you go out and choose people that looks like you. They all had wings. And he thought that they are all eagles. All that carry wings are not eagles. All that looks like you are not like you. When God chooses you, he knows why he has chosen you, and he does not choose another person. From the time you were born, the time you were in the belly, I knew you and I ordained you. Thank you, and God bless you.